Alright, hello. It is I. We are streaming more Run and Bun today. Well, tonight, really, because I was streaming earlier as well. Alright. So we're just going to go right into it. This is being annoying. Let me do this. And then I need to do this. This should work fine for now. Oops. There we go. And then I just do this. Irregular scrolling. Come on. Good enough. Alright. So, I mostly did this because I just spent like an hour on a battle and I want to get to it and do it while it's still fresh in my brain. So anyway, we need Infernape. We need Mienshao. Crawdaunt. Where's Crawdaunt? Talonflame. Togedemaru. And I believe it was Memo, right? Yeah, Memo. We need to do a little bit of pre-damaging. Poison to Crawdaunt and Mienshao. So Mienshao, we have to get all the way down to 24 HP. Now, technically, there's a chance that I don't need to get it down. Because with a Muscle Band, Kangaskhan will see that I can kill it. So I believe they're more inclined to fake out that slot. However, I'm playing things Giga safe. And both getting it in range where it will die to close fake out and where it sees that I have a fast kill on it. Infernape, by the way, just doesn't see a fast kill on it. Okay. I should really buy more antidotes. Because I'm paranoid of running out of Pechas, even though I probably won't. In fact, let me do that right now. Let's buy like 20 antidotes. Okay. So Mienshao is at 24 HP. We also have to get Crawdaunt down to 72 HP. This is not the fight that I was talking about, by the way. This is a different fight. $72, yep, that's perfect. Antidote. Alright. And then item-wise, we need Citrus, no item, or Citrus Muscle Band on Mienshao so that they see kill. With, they see that I could kill it. No item, no item. Orin. So we have Citrus Berry Ape, full HP. Muscle Band, 24 HP, Mienshao, 2 bait. Kill from close combat, or kill from fake out from Kangaskhan. No item Crawdaunt with 72 HP. And then Talonflame with no item with acrobatics. Alright, let's go. We should be fine. So this is where Cycling Road Rival was. This is where a random NPC is. And then this is where the trainer is. Alright, let's go. That theme kind of slaps, not gonna lie. Anyway. They go Lycanroc, and they go Kangaskhan. Hang on a second, the calc is being stubborn. There we go. So, they should always be using Fake Out on the Mienshao slot with Kangaskhan. Let me just double check this. I'm at 24 HP. They both see that I can kill them with Muscle Band boosted Drain Punch. There are a couple rolls where it kills. In fact, there's just one roll where it kills. And then they also see that Fake Out guaranteed kills the Mienshao. So we're going to swap Mienshao into Crawdon. Fake out the Lycanroc so it doesn't get to do anything, and it also breaks its Focus Sash as they Fake Out Crawdon and take a little bit of damage. Now, Crawdon is at 53 HP. A 53 HP Crawdon should always be baiting Hammer Arm from the Kangaskhan. That is correct. So what I'm going to do is KO the Lycanroc with Aura Sphere, and I'm going to use Protect. They should always Hammer Arm the Crawdon slot, and then the Lycanroc slot doesn't get to move or it Excel Rocks, which actually could be really bad. We will see. I forgot that I could do that. Anyway, Lycanroc's gone. I think it should be fine, but we'll see. Kangaskhan Hammer Arms and fails. Now, they go into Victory Bell. Victory Bell just gets outsped and kicked by Blaze Kick. Blaze Kick just one-shots this guy. Don't need to overthink anything. And I need to switch Crawdont into Talonflame on the heavy or Hammer Arm. Hammer Arm. That's the word I'm looking for. Blaze Kick just kills the Victory Bell. Infernape is so good. I can easily tank Hammer Arm here. Even a crit. And now, since I believe they will never go for a Sucker Punch here because neither of my Pokemon see an outright kill, but Aura Sphere plus Acrobatics does just kill this guy, and both of my Pokemon outspeed. And then a very similar situation with the Fearow. The Fearow does not have any priority moves. Both my Pokemon outspeed it, and the combination of Acrobatics and Overheat just kills it. So we're good. So we're going to use Overheat, and we're going to use Acrobatics. Perfect. Clean battle. Okay. Let's take all the items off of things. Next battle is this one, which is pretty simple, actually. So we need Infernape, we need Mienshao, Lycanroc, where are you, buddy? Togedemaru, Arcanine, Eldegoss. Item-wise, we're going to need a Muscle Band on Infernape. There's no knockoff, so we don't need to worry about losing it. Cherry Berry on the Mienshao for Body Slam on Snorlax. Orin on Lycanroc. And Citrus on Togedemaru for pivoting purposes in case they get crit. And then the other two are just backups. So let me just quickly go over the plan real quick. So basically, Infernape with a Muscle Band kind of just kills 3 of the 4 Pokemon. It outspeeds the Choice Scarf Exploud and kills it with Fake Out into Aura Sphere. Then they go Snorlax using Earthquake every time. I can go into Mienshao, deal with that. They go Chatot using a bunch of different things. I can go into Lycanroc. Lycanroc will always bait Boom Burst or Sing. I can go into Togedemaru. Togedemaru always baits Heat Wave or also potentially Sing. Either way, I can switch back into Infernape on that. And then Infernape with Muscle Band. Well, first off, it kills the Chatot with Overheat because Chatot's bulk is just pitiful. And then because the Heliolisk has a dry skin, it actually just dies to Muscle Band Blaze Kick. And it outspeeds everything on their team. Even the Choice Scarf Exploud. So we're chilling. Is it just me, or does it feel like running is faster than biking? Like, I know it isn't, but it feels like it is. Alright. Is there anything over there? I sure hope not. I feel like I might have missed something. Let me check. No, I don't think I did. Yeah, they also would have told us. And I know on 103, there's a trainer that... Wait, isn't there a trainer? Yeah, there's the Fisherman Andrew who has the lagging tail that you can permanently miss out on. I know that's a thing. Because passive held items, lagging tail held by Fisherman Andrew Delmise, possible permanently miss. Okay, we're not getting there today though. Okay. So, this guy leads Exploud, I lead Infernape. Now, despite it being Choice Scarf, I actually do just outspeed it, because Infernape is really fast, Exploud's not very fast. Fake Out into Aura Sphere just kills. Now they will go into Snorlax, and they will always be using Earthquake. I can go into Mienshao here. Earthquake will do a lot, but with Drain Punch, we heal up pretty much all of the damage that they do, just because Snorlax is a very bulky boy. So very high HP stat, very low defense stat, meaning we do a lot of damage to them and we heal up a lot in return. It means that even if Body Slam here crits, we live, and we have a Cherry Berry in case they paralyze us, which they don't. Leftovers does not matter, as we can just kill with a second Drain Punch. Now they should be going Chatot. And Mienshao at 89 HP will bait Boomburst or Chatter. There was a chance that it could bait Heat Wave, but it cannot. It will always beat Boomburst or Chatter. Or at least there might have been. I don't know. Either way, my 89 HP Mienshao never baits Heat Wave, so I can go into Togue. As they Boomburst, yep. Does a good chunk. Now, against my 75 HP Togedemaru, they will always either Heat Wave or Sing. Either way, we can go into Infernape. Infernape has Vital Spirit to ignore the Sing, and it takes very minimal damage from Heat Wave. Now, Infernape just nukes this guy with Overheat. So that's what I will do. Perfect. And then their last Pokemon is Heliolisk. I just want to double check that I am holding the Muscle Band. I am. And with it, Blaze Kick just kills it because it has the Dry Skin ability. Perfect. Yeah, Infernape's kind of a monster. So, yeah. Alright. Next fight is this scary one. Mostly because of the Meganium, funnily enough, just because it's bulky and thick fat is really annoying. So, we need... This is Edwin. We need Talonflame. We need Eldegoss. We need Orbeetle. We need Infernape. Amoonguss. And Crawdaunt. Item-wise, we need no item on Talonflame. Orin on Eldegoss. Cherry on Orbeetle, Cherry on Infernape because of Body Slam Meganium. I might as well also give Amoonguss a Cherry and then Oranberry on Crawdaunt. So, no item, Orin, Cherry, 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 Orin. Got it. Looks good. Save. I assume it's that guy over there, so I can finally get off my bike. Save again, because I'm paranoid. Hello there. Alright. So. They lead Typhlosion, I lead Talonflame. This Typhlosion can never one-shot my Talonflame, I believe. This isn't on Singles Calc. Yeah, okay. So, I will be clicking Acrobatics here, which does a decent chunk to it. As they erupt. They had a chance to go for a Wild Charge there as well. Now, on the ruler, it does kind of show that they could be in range. However, I'm going to play things very safe. And I'm going to Roost on a now should be guaranteed Wild Charge. If they're at like 49% HP, it is guaranteed Wild Charge. Roost will make it so I lose my Flying typing and heal, making it so Wild Charge doesn't do as much. And importantly, Wild Charge damage will put it in range of a second Acrobatics. Okay. Now, I can just kill with Acrobatics. Now, I believe this should always be for Ralligator, always using Liquidation on my 93 HP guy. Luckily, because they're Sheer Force, I do not have to worry about like Liquidation drops. This guy comes in always using Liquidation. I can go into Eldegoss. Yep, on a Liquidation. They are now at -1 speed, and Eldegoss can just 2-hit KO this guy with Energy Ball. As they crunch, they can never Sword Stance there because they see that I 2-shot them. I always live that crunch. I always live Liquidation crit into crunch crit, in fact. I have an Oranberry, which helps me out a little bit. It doesn't really matter, but it's nice to have. And now I outspeed and kill him with Energy Ball. Now, on my Eldegoss at its current HP, Meganium will come in and they will either use Body Slam or Sword Stance. Weirdly enough, we want to see Sword Stance here. We should be guaranteed to win from this point either way, but Sword Stance just makes it a little easier for my brain. We do, in fact, see Sword Stance. Perfect. Now, even a +2 critical hit Body Slam, which is their strongest move, only does up to 81 of our health. They have a very small chance to click Sleep Bomb as well, but Bug Buzz 2-hit KOs them. Or, actually, no, it is just a 2-hit KO. If it crits, it could 1-hit KO, but it's just a 2-hit KO. They Body Slam, and we have a Cherry Berry to cover for a Para, which they do, in fact, get. Now, if I switched it on a Body Slam and I got paralyzed, and then I Bug Buzz, and then they Body Slammed, I get paralyzed again, I could just go into Infernape and take the KO. But that's not how this went out, so yay. Okay, cool. Okay, there's nothing down here. I wish what they did is they put a ledge here that you can go down. That would have been nice, so you didn't have to walk around every time. Having a ledge there would have been kind of convenient, but oh well. I guess, well, no. Yeah, I think there just should have been a ledge there, because obviously you wouldn't be able to go up from here. I don't know. I think that would have been good design, but ultimately, in this kind of ROM hack, you're not necessarily looking for the best design in the world. Anyway, the next trainer, I probably spent an hour on. Rhett and Marcos. These guys were obnoxious to deal with. This is a double battle, and it was really annoying to prep. So let's get our mons. So, we need Breloom. We need a Toxtricity. We need Togedemaru. We need Amoonguss. We need Talonflame. And we need Mamoswine. Now we need to pre-damage Breloom, but unfortunately we cannot pre-damage Breloom the traditional way of using poison, because Breloom has poison heal, so it just doesn't take overworld poison damage. So we have to go back to probably the one route to the left of Mauville, and then just switch back and forth until it's taken enough damage, but that's fine. Togue, that works. Hopefully. So I'll just alternate between this and Toxtricity until it takes 92 damage. That actually did a little too much, but I also don't really have any better options for this. I'm just kind of hoping they use Spark. In fact, I can probably run away, find a Pokemon that is like weaker and like will only use an electric move. Like maybe Pikachu works. I don't know. Electro Ball. Because I really want to be at like as close to 92 as I can, which I can here. Perfect. All right. We're at 92 HP. Now we're going to go back here. We are going to go over here. Apply status. Poison. To Breloom. It might be weird to have Breloom be poisoned and pre-damaged, but it's just how it works out. Super Potion Toxtricity. So, in terms of items, we need Miracle Seed on Breloom, Chesto on Toxtricity, Citrus on Togue, Citrus on Amoonguss, no item on Talonflame, and then Never Melt Ice on Mamoswine. Oh, and then there's also pre-damage on Mamoswine. I think you guys aren't going to be ready for this pre-damage. It's a lot of pre-damage. Alright, that's all the pre-damage we need for Mamoswine. Yeah, this is... Okay. So, we have Breloom in slot 1. It's very important that Breloom is in slot 1. Breloom has Miracle Seed. It is poisoned. It has 92 HP. Toxtricity, Chesto Berry, full HP, slot 2. Togedemaru, Citrus Berry. Citrus Berry on Amoonguss, no item Talonflame, 149 HP, Never Melt Ice, Mamoswine. This battle is actually terrifying, but I think I found a hopefully what should be riskless line. I'm really hoping it's riskless. Run 03. I believe these are them. What's up here? Revive does not matter. Landsat Berry, okay. Leppas. Landsat Berry could come in helpful. And Hyper Voice TM. Okay, that's good to know that that's there. Oh, and I'm very close to getting this encounter too, which is great. So this is the last trainer I prepped for today, but I would like to do more with prep with this as well today on stream. Okay. These trainers are terrifying. Let's hope I don't get a left guy bugged. Because getting left guy bugged would actually affect this a lot. It should be Crabominable on the right, which it looks like it is. Perfect. Okay. So, turn 1. We are going to swap Breloom into Togedemaru on what should be Ice Punch and Dual Wing Beat. We are going to Acid Spray the Crobat slot. Dual Wing Beat. They take a good amount of damage. It really doesn't matter. I'm mostly just using Togedemaru here for its typing. Acid Spray comes out. Does a good bit of damage. Sped F drop. And they also Ice Punch the Togedemaru slot. Perfect. They take a little bit of damage here as well. Now, they should always use Close Combat on the Togedemaru slot, and Crobat is going for either Super Fang or Hypnosis on a random slot. We are going to switch into Amoonguss. And we are actually going to use Discharge. Unfortunately, I would have to use a resource to teach Toxtricity Shockwave, and I was not willing to do that yet. They used Tailwind. Why did they use Tailwind? Does that matter? It could. That could be really bad. We'll have to see. That actually is probably very bad. They get paralyzed on the Crabominable, which actually could save me. That could make things a bit... Oh, wait, no, they're a Lumberry. Okay. So this is 1 turn of Tailwind. Tailwind lasts for 4 turns. Why did they Tailwind there? Is it because Crabominable was slower? I'm very confused why they Tailwinded there. And Noivern comes in. Okay. So, let me think about this. Crabominable, under Tailwind, is notably still slower than Talonflame. However, Heracross isn't, which could be scary. So this is turn 2, Tailwind to 1 turn. Then next turn I swap, I double swap, that would be 2 turns of Tailwind. Then I Acrobatics kill Crabominable because I outspeed. I kill Noivern with Ice Shard. That would be 3rd turn of it. And then the next turn they should go into Heracross. And then I think I just need to keep going with my plan. Okay, so we are going to swap. We're going to do a double swap here. We're going to swap Amoonguss to Mamoswine. We are going to swap Toxtricity to Talonflame. Air Slash on Mamo. Ice Punch on Mamo. Perfect. Okay. That's the 2nd turn of Tailwind. We are going to Ice Shard the Noivern, which with our Never Melt Ice that we have, this always kills. Let me just double check that because I'm paranoid. Yes, it always kills. And then even under Tailwind, Talonflame is faster than the Crabominable. And with all of the damage that I have on it, plus the Close Combat drop from earlier, Acrobatics kills it. So let me just make sure I'm doing the right moves. Ice Shard on Noivern, Acrobatics on Crabominable. So now that one side is completely out of Pokemon. Now, we really need them to go into Heracross here. The way I was looking at it, I believe they should go Heracross because they see that they can outspeed and KO the Mamoswine. So please be right, Ben. Please be correct. Yes! Okay. So, since Heracross is not burned yet, they aren't burned yet. They never see a kill on Talonflame with anything. However, also this is should be the last turn of Tailwind. They will see that they can kill Mamo. They kill Mamoswine with exclusively Brick Break, I believe. Let me double check this. I'm at 64 HP. There is a very small chance they can Leech Life. I think either way, I go into Toxtricity here. The idea is I can go into Toxtricity here. Well, no. No, I have to go Breloom here. I have to go Breloom here, I believe. Let me think about this. The issue is that... Wait, let me look over my plan again. Yeah, the thing is this Breloom wasn't supposed to be able to attack. That's the problem. And I believe because they see kill on the Mamoswine, I don't think they ever can protect. I don't understand how protect AI works. Base +6, if they are inflicted, that's -2. If they are any of the above, if Polarimon's inflicted by any of the above, no. AI's first turn out, and it's not a double battle of -1. AI will not protect. It will, if it protect last turn, 50% to not use it. If protect is used protect 2 turns, it will never use protect. Okay. So, I think they should be using Brick Break here. So what I'm going to do, let me back up, is I'm going to go into Toxtricity here. And I think I'm actually going to use Wisp. The idea, well, let me think about this. The idea here is, this should be the last turn of Tailwind. So I can use Wisp on them to stall a turn. I'm using Wisp over Roost because I'm scared of just... No, I can Roost here. Okay. They should be attacking into Toxtricity here. Brick Break into Tox. Perfect. Does very little. Talonflame Roost fails. The opposing team's Tailwind petered out. They get burned. That does not matter. Talonflame Tailwind Talonflame outside of Tailwind outspeeds KOs with Acrobatics as we swap this guy in for Breloom. Let me just double check that I did that correctly. Not Togue, Breloom. And we can kill this guy with Acrobatics since now we outspeed, and Breloom can get in without taking any more additional damage. Perfect. I get a little bit of Poison Heal recovery, so I go up to bat full. And now it is just the Poliwrath. Unfortunately, Breloom underspeeds this guy by 1 point. However, it does one-shot this guy with Miracle Seed. Miracle Seed. Oh my god. It one-shots this guy with Miracle Seed Seed Bomb. So, this guy is either going for Ice Punch onto Breloom, which even with a crit, it never kills, and I am poisoned so I cannot be frozen. Or, on my full HP Talonflame, where's Talonflame? On full HP Talonflame, it would be using Liquidation, but we can go into Amoonguss or Toxtricity to handle it. Since Toxtricity has a Chesto Berry, I would prefer to go Tox. Does Tox die to Crit Liquidation? Crit Liquidation does 73 max, so Toxtricity never dies. I just want to avoid wasting a Citrus Berry if I can. So I go Tox. They Liquidation the Toxtricity slot. I always live this. And then Seed Bomb kills the Poliwrath. That got scary, but we were able to get through it with a very minor thing. That was great. Okay. Got through that scary battle. Okay. That was good. That was very good. I spent a lot of time on that, and I'm glad it worked very well. I just don't understand Tailwind AI, and that almost messed me up, but I'm lucky that my setup allowed me to get around it. Also, I wanted to double check. Mr. Briny is dead now, right? Yeah. I was pretty sure he'd already be dead because then what's the point of doing the whole route back? But I wanted to double check. Okay. So, the next fight is Miguel. Doesn't look too... Okay, first off, how many fights are there until we get to Petalburg? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're at Petalburg. I think we can maybe do that tonight. We'll see. Okay. Let's do this. Get back to singles calc. So, can Infernape just fake out overheat this guy? Yes. Okay, so Infernape lead, just fake out overheat kills this guy. So, Infernape, fake out, plus overheat KOs Dedenne. They should go Mimikyu, if I had to guess. Because you see that I just fucking destroy you in one hit with a Blaze Kick. So they go Mimikyu. And they would be using Play Rough every time they see that I... Actually, if I... Well, no, they would still see that, so... Using Play Rough. So... I could stay in and break their Sash, but I would rather keep this guy healthy to be able to switch in on Togue and just kill it with Overheat. So I have 5 slots to deal with the Mimikyu, effectively. I want to prevent them from using Sword Stance, so they're using Play Rough. You get hit by Drain Punch. What about you? Yeah, I can go you and click Acid Spray into Sludge Bomb. So Tox with an Orin. Toxtricity comes in on Mimikyu. KOs with Acid Spray into Sludge Bomb. That works. And then they go Togue, which would be clicking. It doesn't matter because go back to Infernape on Togedemaru. KO with Overheat. And I guess I'll give it a Cherry Berry because I'm paranoid, but it doesn't really matter. Infernape outspeeds both this and this, so we're chill. It's just the Mimikyu, and then I can bring a bunch of backups for Mimikyu. Like, probably like Togue, Arcanine, Amoonguss, Ampharos, Talonflame. Some combo of those. Probably, like, drop Togue. Let me just grab those real quick. Just having them on screen helps me out here. So we need Tox. I'll grab Arcanine, Talonflame. That's not Talonflame. Arcanine, Ampharos, Amoonguss, Talonflame. And then item-wise, it's kind of just Orin on everything. Except Talonflame, which gets no item. And because I'm paranoid that I'm forgetting that one of Togedemaru's moves has a paralysis chance, I'm going to give Cherry Berry to Infernape. I keep trying to do tricks. It's hard when you're on speed up. Let me save. So they're over here. I think I might get an encounter after this trainer too. Alright, let's do it. It's nice to have an easier trainer after the last trainer that probably took me an hour to prep. So, Fake Out. Overheat. Kills. Now they go Mimikyu. They never use Play Rough here, or they always use Play Rough here, excuse me. I should just be able to go Tox. Now, since they see that I could 2 KO them with Sludge Bomb, they should never use Sword Stance. I will Acid Spray first. They did use Sword Stance. Okay, that's scary. So them at +1 or +2. The highest damaging crit move they have does 75 damage to Tox, so we're safe to just use Sludge Bomb for the kill here. I guess because of Disguise, their AI viewed it differently. That's fine. A lot of AI quirks that are coming up that I just don't really understand. I need to get better about learning how the AI works. Also, they lived. Now crit can kill me. So I'm going to swap into Amoonguss. The highest damaging crit move against Amoonguss does 90 damage, so we're safe to just click Giga Drain for the kill. I forgot, I think that I wasn't really paying attention, but I think they got rid of the whole thing where Mimikyu loses health. Next time I fight a Mimikyu, I need to remember to look into that, because I forgot if they got rid of the thing where Mimikyu loses its health when it gets its disguise broken. Because that's why I didn't kill, because it didn't lose its health. I should have just Sludge Bombed it twice, or whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, this guy cannot kill Infernape at all, cannot threaten Infernape really at all. Infernape can just come in and click the Overheat button and kill. And win. All the speed up here. Fun fact, Overheat in Generation 3 was considered a contact move. And now it is no longer a contact move. Alright. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm not 100% sure if I can just get the encounter right now, or if I need to come back. Let me first look at the encounter table. What's this encounter table looking like? Altering Caves. So we got Riolu, Timber, Magnemite, Sandshrew, Bergmite, Numel, Porygon, Girder, Sandslash, Magneton, Torkoal. I could in theory try to Magnet Pull, or not Magnet Pull, I could Static for Magnemite. I don't think that's what the play is, though. Let me think. I think Riolu is, like, decent. I gotta reopen. Let me do this. I gotta reopen this because every time, like, I restart my computer, it for some reason just doesn't work, and I tried going back to the other stuff and it just doesn't work. So, all right. So, if I recall correctly, Lucario is pretty decent. I would get Lucario right away. I mean, it doesn't get any good steel moves outside of Bullet Punch for a while. Like, its moveset's kind of weird. E-Speed's good, Final Gambit's good, but it takes a while to become online. I suppose you can keep it as Riolu and then get Reversal as well, so that's an option. I know Conk would be really good for me, especially if I delay Timber for Mach Punch, which I would get after this split. What else can I get here? Sandshrews, like, whatever. Magnemite is pretty good. I do already have Togue, so the roll's a little thing. Bergmite isn't great, but at least it's a good dupe. Numel is probably not great. Porygon's bad. Girder's okay, but then you have to wait and delay for longer. Sandslash, Magneton, and then if I get Torkoal, that'd be great. So yeah, I definitely don't do anything fancy. Now the question is, do any of these guys hold an item? Riolu doesn't. That guy doesn't. Does Torkoal? Torkoal does have a chance to hold Charcoal, so I will lead with my one guy. My Orbeetle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a squad to catch stuff with. And if I encounter a battle, I'm just going to reset. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. So I'm going to put a save in here. Because I think from what I saw, I should be fine. But either way, I'm going to take things slow. And I think this is an acceptable clause to do. And plus, it's not like this run's going to win the attempt anyway. So I'm okay with doing this. So I fought these two. I fought this person. Yeah, and the way to go is down there, so I can go up through here. Okay. Are there any items in Altering Cave? I don't know. I don't know what Altering Cave is about. Altering Cave. Maybe over here if I... Items. Altering Cave? Nope. Okay, I guess in that case it's basically just the place to get encounters. Which place should I do? I'm feeling up here on the stage. Okay, well, that is probably the worst encounter we could have gotten. At least Porygon's, like, interesting. But it's not good. And I also don't believe you can get Eviolite in this game. So, oh well. Please get in the Pokeball. Okay, let me paralyze it. I definitely almost ran by accident. Thunderwave. Get in the ball, please. I can't damage you anymore. Get in the Pokeball, please. Thank you. Okay. Well, we probably got the worst encounter in the cave, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll find a use for it. It's a shame, because Porygon's actually a really cool Pokemon, but it's just... I think it's hard when you're not... It's hard to be a normal type in a Nuzlocke setting, because a lot of the time you want to be hitting things with hard, strong stab moves that are hit super effectively. And a lot of normal types, you know, they don't have that. Anyway, Docile... Ivies aren't the best, but they aren't the worst either. It's decently fast and decently strong. When do you get the Okay, let me check first. How do you evolve it? It is the same where you get Upgrade and Dubious Disc. I have Trace, which turns into Adaptability on Porygon 2, or Porygon Z, which is the best one, if I had to guess. When do you get the evolution items for it? Are they here? Okay, so you get the upgrade of Petalburg. So once I get to Petalburg, I can get Porygon 2. And then once you get to Fortree, you can get Porygon Z. Okay. Well, it's not great. But it's something, I guess. I guess I probably just keep this guy under-leveled for now. Yeah, that seems like the play. I was hoping for Torkoal, but you can't get what you want always. I mean, there was a lot of good encounters there, but it's fine. Save. Export. What's its hidden power type? Water. Okay, that probably won't be useful. But to be fair, I don't know what hidden power types would have been useful. Anyway, next trainer. We have Aromalazy Daisy, and then Double Battle, and then we have the battle with the Lagging Tail, which I would like to grab. Because apparently Lagging Tail is really good. My guess is that it's good because it makes it so your opponents always think that you're slower. which can affect baiting order and double battles, or just in general. Okay. Anyway, let's do this. Actually, we can go into the museum here because we're here. And the museum has really nice music. How does Infernape fare here? Okay, so after an overheat, nothing sees that they're faster than me. Exeggutor sees that they underspeed outdamage me, and they would always be clicking Trick Room, which is actually kind of terrifying. So maybe it isn't an 8-bangle. How does Arcanine handle this? Not that great. Because even with the, what's it called? Wise Glasses, it doesn't kill. What are my other options? We have Crawdaunt. Where are you, Crawdaunt? Who doesn't kill with Knockoff. Sharpedo does not kill with Dark Pulse. So it looks like my only option to stop this guy from using Trick Room is Infernape. So Infernape would outspeed, kill this guy with Overheat. So let me write this down. Infernape, KO, Gourgeist with Overheat. The question is, who do they go into here? I don't believe it's ever Lurantis, because even after the drop from Overheat, they see that I outspeed and outdamage them. So it should never be Lurantis. It's one of Florges or Exeggutor. Exeggutor sees that they underspeed but outdamage me. And what I can do is put my HP at 58. Which they could still Trick Room, never mind. Because Trick Room... Okay, so let me think about this. So Trick Room, I believe the way it works is... Okay. What do I have that's slow? That can, like... The thing is, I kind of don't have anything that can handle this Exeggutor, huh? At least... Yeah, what is my egg answer? I guess Togue can kind of sit on it a little bit. But only a little bit, because they still do a lot of damage to me. I know, like, Hidden Power Dragon on Infernape is not going to help me here. Does Lurantis die to this guy? No. Okay, this trainer's kind of a massive problem, actually. Okay, Wise Glasses... Or actually, Silver Powder would maybe be better. Orbeetle can handle the Lurantis. Silver Powder, Orbeetle comes close to handling this guy. How long does Trick Room last? It's 4 turns, right? 5 turns. That's a lot of turns. Like, at least... Togedemaru can 1v1 the Florges. Orbeetle can 1v1 the Lurantis. And Nevermelt Ice Shard from Mamoswine actually just kills Egg. So I think they go Exeggutor using Trick Room. So let me look at this. I think they go Exeggutor. They'd always be guaranteed using Trick Room here. If I go Mamoswine on Trick Room... Okay. Go Mamoswine on Trick Room. KO with Nevermelt Ice Shard. So now we're in Trick Room. You would outspeed and kill me with specifically Leaf Storm. You outspeed, outdamage, but they would go this guy because they see outspeed, out and kill. They go Lurantis using Leaf Storm. So, can this guy take crit Leaf Storm plus +2 crit Leaf Storm? And I think the answer is yes, always. Wait, okay, let me think. So, going Mamoswine, okay. Go Mamoswine on Trick Room. I need to write this down in turn order. Go Mamoswine on Trick Room. 1. As they set up Trick Room. Mamoswine, Oko, Executor with Ice Shard. 2. They go Lurantis using Leaf Storm. So here's the situation. Another option I have is no, Tox doesn't do it. If I switch into this guy, I would take... Okay, so let me think about this. Switch into Orbeetle on Leaf Storm. 3. Orbeetle Bug Buzz as it takes a Leaf Storm. 4. Then this guy is at +4 special attack. Is there anything that can come in and tank that hit? Because that is an incredibly strong hit. Oh, wait, Amoonguss. Wait, I can just go Amoonguss. Amoonguss with Poison Barb outspeeds this guy in Trick Room. Yeah, I can just go Amoonguss here. Okay. Switch into Amoonguss on Leaf Storm. Because Amoonguss quad resists Leaf Storm. Then a +2. They click whatever they want to. It doesn't really matter. And then with a Poison Barb, Amoonguss 2 KOs. So then Amoonguss, Poison or Sludge Bomb, and takes an attack. Amoonguss KOs Lurantis with Sludge Bomb. They go... They go Florges. And what is Florges using? It's just always Psychic. So from here, I should just be able to go into Togue on a Psychic. Go Togedemaru on a Psychic from Florges. To a KO with Iron Head. Trick Room will be over by now. Okay, we have our plan. Does Infernape need to be anything special? No, it just always nukes. Okay. I'll just give it Orin then. And then, so we need to grab... God, I love the museum move music. It's so nice. We need to grab Infernape, Mamoswine, Amoonguss, Togue. Swap back so you guys can see. And I think Arcanine is a great backup here, and then Orbeetle's a good backup here. And then item-wise, we need what? Orin. Nevermelt. Poison Barb. And then Orin on everything else. I can't believe I'm actually running out of Oran berries. This is crazy. Nevermelt, Ice, Poison Barb, Oran. Okay, we should be fine. So it should be this lady down here. And then we fight those twins, and then we fight the fisherman who has the lagging tail, and then we go. Alright. Gourgeist, Infernape. Infernape will just one-shot this guy with Overheat. Perfect. Now they should be going into Executor. Yes. And they will always be going for Trick Room here. Just making sure you have the right item. You do. They will always be using Trick Room here. Ice Shard one-shots this guy with Nevermelt Ice. Now they go into Lurantis, and we're actually going to use Trick Room in our favor because Amoonguss is slower than Lurantis, and therefore it is faster in Trick Room. We come in on a Leaf Storm, and since we quad resisted, it does very little. They do get a boost, but that's okay. With our... Let me just double check that I am holding the item. Poison Barb. Sludge Bomb, 2 shots. Poison does not matter. We always live to that, even with the poison. And if they crit us. And then another Sludge Bomb kills. Now their last Pokemon is Florges, which they will be going into, and they will always be using Psychic. We go Togue. Psychic comes out. Trick Room should end this turn. Or it already ended. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It did already end. Iron Head 2 shots this guy. And we don't have to worry about anything. Perfect. Alright. God, I wish they had a ledge here. That would have been so nice. 2 more battles left. Take items off of things. Get the museum music going back because it's super nice. How's that look? That looks good. Okay. So, this is a true double battle. I don't know how you describe these, but basically, I don't know. It just means that, like, they can go into any of their Pokemon. So, Gengar... Does Gengar just die to Infernape? No, unfortunately not. And the only other Pokemon that's faster than it is Talonflame, which definitely doesn't kill. However, I can just one-shot the Corviknight with Infernape, which is really nice. I assume this guy's whole thing is they're just going to be clicking Hex and Sub and being really or they're going to be clicking Hypnosis and Sub and stuff, which is really annoying. Sleep. Start at +6, 25% of the time. AI will consider conditions. Okay, so they only consider these at 25% of the times. If player mon can be put to sleep, no sleep conditioning abilities, no pre-existing status, +1. If above is true, AI is Dream Eater or Nightmare, player does not have Snore or Sleep Talk, +1. If AI or AI's partner has sex, +1. Other 75% of the time, no additional bonuses, so just +6. So it's either +6 or +9. Okay, that's a lot. However, notably, they will still go for a kill on a target. Okay, so something I also want to keep in mind is Overheat kills you, Aura Sphere kills you, though I would have to eat the drop, because unfortunately Blaze Kick doesn't kill you. I mean, what I could, in theory, do... Well, no, that wouldn't work. But yeah, Overheat kills you, and then if I bait in the Jinx, I can kill the Jinx as well. So it would be something that would bait this, and then... So it would kill the Corv, so it has to be something in slot 2 that would bait in Jinx. Jinx would probably be easiest to bait with, like... Also, notably, this guy cannot really touch a Awake normal type. So that's something to keep in mind. In theory, what I can do is I can beat everything around it, and then I can just switch between Porygon and Sawsbuck and be chill. So that's something I need to keep in mind. So let's Infernape. And then, okay, 1. Infernape, Overheat, KO, Corviknight. Swap. Because I would like this guy to be guaranteed using Hex on something. So for instance, let's say Orbeetle. If Orbeetle is at 54 HP, it always sees that Hex kills, and Fast Kill is always going to be higher than Hypnosis or Sub. I could also, in theory, use a sleeping Pokemon to bait Dream Eater. So, is there any other Pokemon that I have that would take, like, a lot from Hex? No. What about Sleeping Porygon? Sleeping Porygon always baits Dream Eater, so I could lead with Sleeping Porygon. So let's do that. Plus, or Infernape, Porygon, Asleep. Swap Porygon to... I need a Pokemon that will bait in Jinx. Not anything else. This is an interesting Persian set. Notably, this guy can switch in, like, whatever comes in doesn't take any damage. However, Jinx sees that they outspeed and kill Sawsbuck with Ice Beam. You see that you don't see that. You see that you don't see that, so, okay. Swap Porygon to Sawsbuck. They should go Porygon. 2. They should go... Or they go to... Or they send out Jinx. Turn 2. Infernape, Blaze Kick, KO, Jinx. Swap Sawsbuck to... So basically they're either clicking Hex with So what is Gengar clicking here? They're clicking Hex on Infernape or Sub, or... I think it would be good if I could switch into something that would bait Jinx and also baits Hex. The question is, do I have anything that does that? And I think the answer might be Orbeetle. Because as long as I'm not in Fake Out range, but I am in Ice Beam range, I should be able to do that. So if I'm at 33 HP here with Orbeetle, they would always see Ice Beam kill. You never see any kill. You never see any kill. I can come in for free on Dream Eater, which they would always be going for on a Sleeping Porygon. and then they always go for Hex. So swap Sawsbuck to Orbeetle. Oh wait, no, it would be swap Porygon to Orbeetle, and then swap Orbeetle to something else on Hex. Notably, what does Orbeetle need to be at? It needs to be at 33 HP to bait Ice Beam from Jinx. And Jinx outspeeds. Okay, 33 HP. Orbeetle, 33 HP. So at this point, Jinx is dead. This guy's also dead. What I would like to do is go into Sleeping Porygon again. Because what I can do in theory is, as long as they're opposed... Well, I can actually go into... I think Sawsbuck would be better. The idea here being, I can just pivot between Sleeping Sawsbuck, which actually is probably better than using Porygon here. Let's use Sleeping... Well, no. How much does it need to see with Sawsbuck? If Sawsbuck is sleeping... Asleep. If Sawsbuck is at... So Sawsbuck... 55 HP. Notably, you do not see kill with anything. You do see kill, so they would go Hypno. And if I lower Sawsbuck to range of Dream Eater... Okay, so if I do 50 HP... So, Sawsbuck, 50 HP asleep. Turn 1, I nuked the Corviknight out of existence with Infernape. And they would always see at 50 HP... Oh wait, no, I might need to be lower. Let's see. At 50 HP, they always see that Dream Eater kills. I can go into Orbeetle, who it does not affect because Orbeetle's awake. And then they go Jinx. Jinx sees on my 33 HP Orbeetle that they can kill it with Ice Beam. They also see Hex on that slot. I switch back to Sawsbuck, who is still asleep. I kill Jinx with Blaze Kick. Now, since Persian doesn't see anything on the slot here, and Hypno does, they would go Hypno, and they're always using, I believe they're always using Dream Eater or Nightmare, if I'm asleep. And the nice thing with Infernape is, of course, that it doesn't care, because it can't get put to sleep. So if I give Infernape, what's it called, Muscle Band, it can two-shot the Hypno, though it can't with leftovers. But honestly, is there a reason at all that I can't just alternate between these two as I beat down the rest of their Pokemon? Or at least up until Persian. I don't see a reason for me not to be able to do that. So, turn 3. Infernape, Blaze Kick... yeah, let me write it down. They go Hypno. Infernape, Blaze Kick, Hypno. Swap Sawsbuck to Orbeetle on Dream Eater plus Dream Eater / Nightmare. Then turn 4. Infernape, Blaze Kick, Hypno. Swap Orbeetle to Sawsbuck on Hex plus Hypnosis, or Dark Void rather. Because the only thing they can do to an awake Pokemon like Sawsbuck... Wait, they can randomly... Okay, wait. They can randomly click Dream Eater here. Why? Okay, in that case, that makes sense because otherwise I could just stall them out infinitely. However, let me go back. So, they go Hypno. Hypno is guaranteed to Dream Eater. I Blaze Kick. Then I will swap Orbeetle to... Because they're trying to put Orbeetle to sleep. The problem is Gengar, I can just swap to a Pokemon like Pokemon with a Cherry Berry or Chesto Berry. So, what would be useful here with a Chesto Berry? I mean, I could honestly maybe just go Porygon. Well, no, okay. Ideally, it's a Pokemon that can come in with a Chesto Berry that then baits kill with Hex. Yeah. So maybe Mienshao? Yeah, Mienshao works. Mienshao. 66 HP. With Chesto Berry. 66 HP. Was it 66? Yes. Swap Orbeetle to Mienshao. Now, on Mienshao, either it gets put to sleep, or it doesn't. Either way, okay. Because Hypno's using randomly between Dark... Okay, so turn 5. Infernape, KO Hypno with Blaze Kick, if that has not already happened. Swap Mienshao to Sawsbuck if it is not currently asleep. Or... Well, here's... Wait, no, they're always clicking Hex, no matter what. They're clicking Hex every single time. If I'm at 66 HP, they don't care. I guess, actually, I could be in range of Dream Eater. I could be in range of Dream Eater, so I shouldn't use Mienshao. I should use Sharpedo. The reasoning behind Sharpedo is that even if Sharpedo is asleep, it never baits Dream Eater. So Sharpedo at 38 HP always baits that, so. So Sharpedo at, what was it, 38 HP? To Sharpedo. Swap Sharpedo to Sawsbuck. And then this line is assuming that, okay, if Infernape doesn't already, or hasn't already KO'd Hypno. Is there a way to make sure that I always KO it in 3 hits? So, Blaze Kick. Okay, so first off, how much do they heal from leftovers? They heal 7 HP from leftovers each turn. So, turn 1, 127 minus, for plus 7 minus, let's look at the minimum damages first. 58. Then, if I throw in an Aura Sphere... Oh wait, I should be Muscle Band if I'm doing this. So Muscle Band. That'd be 64. 64. Plus 7 minus 18. Plus 7 minus 64. So unless I get every single attack as a min roll, it should die. Right? Yeah, okay, that works. So Blaze Kick Hypno, then Aura Sphere Hypno, and then Blaze Kick it. Hypno's Blaze Kick, swap Sharpedo to Sawsbuck. They go Persian. Now the question is, does Fake Out... Okay, well first off, Sawsbuck is at what HP? Sawsbuck is at 50 HP. If you're at 50 HP and asleep, you will always go for Fake Out if it's your first turn out. So they're faking out a random slot, effectively. And Gengar is always using Dream Eater because they see kill. Meanwhile, Infernape should be safe here. Let me make sure that every turn Gengar is getting baited into something else. Turn 1, they're guaranteed to use Dream Eater. Turn 2, they're guaranteed to Hex. Turn 3, they're guaranteed to Dream Eater. Turn 4, they're guaranteed to Hex. Wait. They're guaranteed to Hex here. So I need to change my Sharpedo pre-damage. In fact, it's probably better to not use Sharpedo and to use Crawdon. So let me look at Crawdon. So I need to be at 29 HP. So 29 plus 29 is 58 HP. So I need to be Crawdon, 58 HP with a Chesto. Well, okay. Get out of here, bot. Alright, cool. So, Infernape, Blaze Kick, Hypno, swap Sawsbuck to Orbeetle on Dream Eater plus Dream Eater / Nightmare. The issue is now, they can just randomly elect not to, or to use it again. So I need to go into Sharpedo. I think either way, Sharpedo is always taking a Hex, or not Sharpedo, Crawdon. It always takes a Hex. Then it always baits Hex again. I can swap to Crawdon or to Sawsbuck, they go Persian. Then, I think what I should actually do is make it so Sawsbuck is low enough. Can I make it low enough? Well, no, I can't because then, okay. If I were to use Porygon here, how low of health does Porygon need to be to bait Fake Out Kill? If it's asleep, it needs to be at 28 HP. Okay, so Porygon, 28 HP, or asleep, 28 HP. So I swap this to Porygon. They go Persian. Now, I believe Infernape does not one-hit KO this Persian at -2 special attack from overheating the core, but it does 2-hit KO with Blaze Kick or Aura Sphere. Okay. Infernape, Aura Sphere, Persian, swap Porygon to... So Porygon, the Porygon slot is taking a Fake Out, and it is taking a Dream Eater. Guaranteed. So what I can do is go into something that takes Dream Eater plus Fake Out very well, which is a lot of things. How much does Fake Out do to Shark? Not much? Okay. So watch Porygon to Sharpedo. And the idea here is Sharpedo would have a Chesto Berry. Turn 7, Infernape, Aura Sphere, KO Persian, Sharpedo can crunch Gengar for the KO. Okay, let's go over this. Let's go over this. Turn 1, Gengar Corviknight. Infernape nukes Corviknight with Overheat. Sawsbuck is asleep and at 50 HP. This means they always see kill with Dream Eater and will always go for it, as I switch into my Awake Orbeetle at 33 HP. At 33 HP, the only thing that sees Outspeed and Kill is Jinx. So they go Jinx, always using Ice Beam on that slot, but they don't get to because Infernape kills it with a Blaze Kick. I should be Muscle Band on Infernape. And then probably no item on these. Actually, I'll go Chesto on Orbeetle in case I fuck up. And then no item on Porygon. Okay, then Jinx is gone. They send out Hypno because Hypno sees... Wait, let me make sure this is correct. Swap Orbeetle to Sawsbuck. They go Hypno. Right. I go Orbeetle, 33 HP Orbeetle. They always Hex. I go back to Sawsbuck, who's immune to Hex. Then they will use Dream Eater and Nightmare. They will use Dream Eater and the Dream Eater or Nightmare onto the Sawsbuck slot, so I can go into Orbeetle. And then Infernape will just start wailing on the Hypno. Then I Aura Sphere to get a little bit of chip damage. Swap Orbeetle to Crawdaunt. Crawdaunt would be taking a Hex and potentially a move to put it to sleep. Then after a Hex, Crawdaunt will bait another Hex. And then it will be baiting pretty much a random move. Wait, let me make sure this is correct. Yeah, it will be rating a random move from Hypno, but Hypno does not get the chance to attack, as I kill it with Blaze Kick. And I swap Crawdaunt to Porygon on a Hex. Then they go Persian, and Persian will see against Porygon that it kills with Fake Out. So I swap Porygon to Sharpedo. I Aura Sphere the Persian. Sharpedo takes a Fake Out, and it would also take a, because Porygon's asleep, it would take a Dream Eater. And then Aura Sphere will kill the Persian, because it just 2 KOs after the initial Overheat drop. And then Sharpedo Crunch handles Gengar. That looks good to me. So, we just need to grab the Mons. I'll grab the Pokemon themselves, and then I should really set up a scene so where you guys can see what I'm doing right now. Okay. We need Sawsbuck, we need Orbeetle, we need Crawdaunt, we need Porygon, and we need Sharpedo. We need to do a lot of pre-damaging and a lot of pre-status. So, let's start with Sawsbuck. I need to put it at 50 HP. Alright, Sawsbuck's good. Antidote. And let's put it to sleep, not like that. Sleep on Sawsbuck. Now, we need to pre-damage Orbeetle. Poison on Orbeetle. And we need to get it down to 33 HP. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. Antidote Orbeetle. Now we have to pre-damage Crawdaunt. Poison, Crawdaunt. We need to get Crawdaunt down to 58 HP. I missed it. That's fine. What I can do is go buy a potion. I should just buy a few potions for fun anyway. So it needs to be at 58, so I need to get it down to 38. We use an antidote and a singular potion. Now it's at 58. And then lastly, we need to prep the Porygon. Apply status, poison on Porygon. We need to get Porygon down to 28 HP. Cool. And then apply status, sleep to Porygon. So, Infernape. Oh yeah, let me give items. So, Muscle Band on Infernape. No item on Sawsbuck. Chesto on Orbeetle. Chesto on Crawdaunt. No item on Porygon. Chesto on Sharpedo. So Muscle Band, full HP. 50 HP asleep. 33 HP. 58 HP, Chesto. You also have Chesto. No item. Asleep, 28 HP. Chesto. Alright, let's go. It's always fun rocking up to a Pokemon battle. Half your team is just, like, dead. But it's what you gotta do for these kind of gimmick battles. Because otherwise they will put your entire team asleep, and things will go bad. So I would have liked to avoid that happening. They're right there. Alright, let's go. Alright. Gengar Corviknight versus Infernape Sawsbuck. A nerve does not matter. Overheat one-shots the Corv, and we are going to swap Sawsbuck into Orbeetle on a guaranteed Dream Eater. Overheat just one-shots the Corv. Does mean for the rest of the fight, Infernape's going to be at -2 special attack, which is annoying, but manageable. Cool. They do, in fact, Dream Eater the Orbeetle slot. Now, they should go Jinx. They do. Because they're looking at slot 2. That could have been wrong if I didn't double-check that, which I didn't. Blaze Kick on the Jinx just kills it, and I believe we go back to Sawsbuck. Yeah, we drop back to Sawsbuck on a guaranteed Hex. I kick the Jinx who has a Lumberry, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, none of the items are a problem for us, which is good. I mean, technically the leftover is annoying on the Hypno, but other than that. They go Hypno now. So I'm going to use Blaze Kick on the Hypno, and I'm going to swap Sawsbuck for Orbeetle, who will be guaranteed taking either 2 Dream Eaters or a Dream Eater and a Nightmare. There's also maybe a chance that they use Dark Void, but if they do, I have a Chesto Berry, and Infernape is Vital Spirit. So Dream Eater, Dream Eater, perfect. Now, Hypno is a chaotic presence, and will potentially just use a move we don't want it to. So we're going to Aura Sphere it just because I want it to live for one more turn for positioning reasons. And we're going to swap into Crawdaunt. Hypno cannot touch Crawdaunt, and they are guaranteed to Hex Crawdaunt with the Gengar slot. Dark Void, I stay awake with Vital Spirit, and I have a Chesto Berry just in case this happened on the Crawdaunt. Also, Bat Dream's bug, it just appears every time. It doesn't do anything. So, now I can take the kill on Hypno with Blaze Kick, and I can swap Crawdaunt to Porygon on another guaranteed Hex. Porygon, who we just caught, is already getting a battle. Blaze Kick kills the Hypno. And they are guaranteed to Hex my normal type Porygon. Now, They go into Persian. I can go for a Aura Sphere on the Persian slot, and they are going to Fake Out plus Dream Eater that slot. I can go into Sharpedo. Fake Out does not much. Well, it does a lot, but because I'm a Sharpedo, but it doesn't really matter. Aura Sphere on the Persian. It doesn't kill, but it does a lot. I mean, it does kill if it crits, but it doesn't. Actually, this guy is a focus sash, so it didn't matter anyway. So, now I'm just going to double check this last part because I'm paranoid. Infernape is faster, kills the Persian with Aura Sphere, and my Sharpedo... Does Sharpedo die to Hex? Is this a detail I missed? Sharpedo is at 67 HP. That means they are going for Hex, Hypnosis, or Substitute. However, Hex Crit does at most... Okay, actually, there are 2 rolls where Hex Crit kills. Oops. Let's hope that doesn't happen. We are going to use Crunch. Yes. Aura Sphere kills the Persian. That was a detail that I missed, I suppose. Porygon leveled up, does not matter. They do Hex. If it gets 2 crit rolls, I die. Okay, they did not crit. And Crunch just kills. Annoying, but pretty fun battle. I'll say that. Alright, cool. One more battle, and then we're going to Petalburg. And I will probably do this my last battle for tonight. Now, I want to talk about the next few days. Of course, the holidays can be rough for some people. I'm lucky that I have a loving family. I'm probably not streaming tomorrow. Might stream Christmas Day. I don't know yet. We'll see. But my sister's coming over tomorrow with her lovely husband. I love them both. And we are going to have a little board game / card game night, which would be very fun. Okay, anyway. Last trainer, and this trainer is important. Because you see this little lagging tail that this Dhelmise has? We want that shit. We want to confiscate that shit. Okay, singles. Okay, cool. So let's start with the other stuff. Black belt, or not black belt, black glasses. Sharpedo just kills that guy. So Sharpedo, black glasses. Sharpedo KO Jellicent with Crunch. Then who do they go into? Bruxish sees... Why is it... Oh, Poison Fang. Bruxish sees that I just kill it. Dhelmise also sees that I could kill it. They should go into Barraskewda. Should go Barraskewda using... Okay, let me see, because this is underspeed, out damage, or outspeed, but gets out damaged. Outspeed, but gets out damaged. Does not outspeed. So they either go Frillish, or they either go Bruxish, or Barraskewda. If they go Bruxish, I should take the kill, but they should go Barraskewda using Drill Run. Unfortunately, I think this guy's faster than everything, including my Talonflame. So I just need to deal with it the old-fashioned way. Which is... What is that? It's probably pivot through Eldegoss. Because I can go to Eldegoss, get it down to minus... Okay. Go to Eldegoss on Drill Run to lower Barraskewda's speed. Now, they'll be at -1. They're always using Ice Fang. They now use Ice Fang. Eldegoss, no item yet. Can I just go Infernape and punch it? Kind of, but not really. I want to make sure that's a Pokemon that can run an item. Are you fast enough? You are fast enough. But you also die to fucking Ice Fang, because of course you do. You? are not fast enough. However, I can kind of just... Okay. Who is faster than it? Infernape is, but it doesn't kill it with Fake Out and Aura Sphere. Because I need to make sure that I can hold an item. You're faster than it, don't kill it. You're faster than it, don't kill it. You're faster than it, doesn't kill it. That's it. Okay. What I can do is just pivot between something twice. I mean, on this guy, what are they clicking? They're clicking Ice Fang. I can just go back to Sharpedo. Okay, pivot to Eldegoss on Drill Run, to Sharpedo on Ice Fang, to Eldegoss on Drill Run, to... And how much is Eldegoss taking from these Drill Runs? Very minimal damage, so I can just run the Orin. And then at -2, they're still clicking Ice Fang. Who do I go into? Who kills this guy in one hit and now outspeeds? Tox. To Toxtricity on Ice Fang. KO with Discharge. I feel like there has to be a better way to do this. Let me take another look at the Jellicent here. Because Breloom also could kill Jellicent. If I use Breloom for Jellicent, the problem is if I get to say... Well, okay, let me think about this. They always Shadow Ball. I can just Worry Seed into Seed Bomb with Miracle Seed. What happens... Miracle Seed. What happens if I do that? Then you see that you outspeed and kill me and would go for a random move. You also see that you outspeed and kill, and they never go Delmize, so yeah. Okay, that doesn't work. Let's stick with this plan for now. They would now go you clicking Psychic Fangs. They go Bruxish using Psychic Fangs. Ignore this. I should just be able to go Crawdaunt. Where are you, Crawdaunt? Yeah, Crawdaunt easily handles this. Go Crawdaunt on Bruxish. KO with Knockoff. So Toxtricity needs Aspir. Crawdaunt wants Pecha. They go Delmize. So here's the thing with the Delmize. They have Lagging Tail, Switcheroo. They wouldn't see, or they could see, if they don't see kill on this guy, they would likely go Switcheroo. So I just need someone who can, like, kind of sit in front of it, and then I can one-shot with Infernape. Or maybe Arcanine. Well, no, because I can't let it get an item, so it has to not be Arcanine. You can, kind of, but you're slower. I'm not super comfortable with that. What about Breloom? How does Breloom fare? Not that bad, but not great either, because I want to have something I can sit in front of it and roost. Talonflame does it really well, actually. Go Talonflame on Delmize. Spam Roost until it switcheroos. Then go Infernape and KO with Overheat. So Talonflame would have a Leppa, which I'm perfectly fine giving up, and then because I want to make sure I can heal as much as I can. Infernape would have... What does Infernape have? It doesn't need anything. I'll put no item. Okay. That seems like a good plan. So let's just run it. So we need Sharpedo, Eldegoss, Tox, Crawdaunt, Talonflame, Infernape. In terms of items, we need black glasses, Orin, Aspir, Pecha, Leppa, and no item. Black glasses, Orin, Aspir, Pecha, Leppa, no item. Alright, let's go. I know there's like a chance that you get like extremely unlucky and they just never fucking click the switcheroo button, but let's just hope that I don't have to deal with that, because I would really like the lagging tail. Okay. It's this guy up here. Alright. Jellicent, Sharpedo. I just one-shot this guy with Crunch. They now go Barraskewed, who is going for Drill Run. I can go into Eldegoss. Perfect. Now, they're going for Ice Fang. They're going for Ice Fang. I can go back to Sharpedo. Take the Ice Fang boosted by Ice Gem. I wonder if this is where guy's related to the guy with the Arrokuda on the beach with the Flying Gem. Go back to Eldegoss on a Drill Run. Get another Cotton down. There was probably a better way to do this, but oh well. Go Tox. It's just Barraskewed as a threat. Ice Fang. It's mostly because Ice Fang can flinch as well. I had an Aspir Berry in case that froze. Discharge now. I outspeed because the 2 Cotton down drops, and I kill it. Now they go Bruxish, who is using Psychic Fangs. I go into Crawdaunt. I can just kill this guy with Knockoff now, as they do very minimal damage. I have a Pecha. Doesn't really matter, but I have it. And now we have the part where we hope the Dhelmise gives us the lagging tail. So we say, pretty please Dhelmise, give us the lagging tail, we've been good. As we go Talonflame. I don't believe they will ever use Switcheroo this turn, because I believe they might see Kill. They do in fact see Kill with Grassy Glide, I believe. Burn would be great. No burn, okay. Let me just double check here. So, Talonflame against Dhelmise. I think my play is to go for a Will-O-Wisp here. As I missed, that's fine. They do Switcheroo. Awesome, perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. We give them a Leppa Berry. And we have a Lagging Tail. Now, we swap out to Infernape. Infernape never dies to a crit of any of its attacks. The highest damaging crit is Shadow Claw, and Shadow Claw crit does 103 damage max. And we outspeed and just kill it with Overheat. Overheat kills. Okay. We got the Lagging Tail. And now I believe what we can do is save. Taking the Lagging Tail off, because in this game, you lose and gain all items in battle, and they just don't give you many times to steal items. But Talonflame now has a Lagging Tail. And not only that, but we can go over here. Do some sick tricks, which definitely don't seem safe at all. Come on. There we go. And now we're back to 103. My fishing is excellent. Thank you for asking. And now we're all the way back over to Oldale, where we can say hi to Mom, actually. Let's say hi to Mom. Which house is it? No, it's this house, because I'm the guy. Hey, Mom. I do agree. I should rest. Thank you, Mom. Okay, I'm done with this bit. Alright. Wait, you're out here? I didn't know you were out here. I thought you'd just be in your lab. Okay. Anyway. We can go over here. And now it is time to take on the Petalburg Gym. So. Of course, the way the Petalburg Gym is laid out... Let me see if I can set this up 1 second. I believe it's in this Discord. Run and Bun... Norman layout image. Okay, that's an interesting image. But... this is an awful image. But I get what it's saying. Basically, you start with 2 rooms being these 2. Then you go to one... Then from the speed room, you can go to the crit room or defense room. From the accuracy room, you can go to the defense or the recovery room. And then from the crit room, you can only go to the strength room. From the recovery room, you can only go to the recoil room. Or from the defense room, you can go to the strength room or the recoil room. Now, actually, I should keep that up. It's a really shitty picture, but it gets the point across. What I will do is off stream, I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to save first off. I'm going to... Oh, also, I should get the white herb. Okay. Is there anything else that I need to do now since I'm back in the mainland? I think it's just the white herb. I have the Lagging Tail now. The next item you get is after Norman. Oh, I guess I got some TMs. I got Nightshade. I used Electro Web. I think that was it. Oh, no, and I got Hyper Voice as well. Okay. So. I will get the white herb. Which I can access now. Because, where is it? Passive held items? Was this it? SCMs. Consumable held items. I can get the white herb now. Because if I go back to the game, what we can do is we can go back up here. Is Mr. Briny in his house? He is. What does he say? Okay, so you can sail to Dewford. Okay. So in that case, I can also get the Icy Wind TM, I believe. So he goes away once you defeat Norman. That's what it is. So let's go back in here. Oh wait, I think I need the Mach Bike to do this. Well, let's see. I'm pretty sure I need the Mach Bike to do this. Yeah, I do. So the way it works is you would need the Mach Bike to get here, but the issue is I'm pretty sure the only way I can get here Yeah, because I don't have strength yet, so I can't get this and you can't get it. Okay, that's fine. So, let's grab the white herb, which I should be able to get now. I don't know if I'll need it now, but I want to get it now just so I get it out of the way. It's one of the people in here. Oh, I guess I should also check if the Sludge Bomb TM is available now. Isn't it like one of these people give you the... Oh, it's maybe you? Yes, okay. White herb has been acquired. And then I want to check out the Sludge Bomb TM. Because you would normally get it... Maybe it's like after Norman. But I want to check. But yeah, we're in new territory. This is my new PB. So it's this house. I don't remember who gives it to you. I feel like it's one of these people over here. Unavoidable Comics. Yeah, I think it's one of these guys that gives it to you. But I don't think you can get it yet. Alright. Anyway, let's head back to Petalburg. And I will, for next stream, plan up to Petalburg. Is there anything else I want to say before we go? Well, I hope people here, I hope they have good holidays. Obviously, holidays can be rough for some people, but I hope they go well for you. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Probably no stream tomorrow. Likely no stream on Christmas, but we'll see. Yeah, not much else. Oh, wait, we can also get the upgrade. Yeah, let me buy the upgrade. I don't know if I'll use it yet, but let me buy it. Give me the upgrade. I don't have... I could, in theory, maybe get a Dragonair, but I don't think that's worth going for right now. And then these items don't really matter to me. If I had a Gliscor or Gligar, I would. Alright. So I believe that's it. I'm just looking through the sheet now and making sure that's it. Yeah, no Mega Stones yet. I have the same tutors that I had before. Yeah, we're good. I might as well just mark down in the encounter. Altering Cave, we unfortunately got Porygon. Is Porygon even like a dupe anywhere else? It's a dupe in New Mauville. It's just a dupe in New Mauville, okay. In New Mauville, the best Pokemon are what? Well, it's only on the outside New Mauville. To be fair, the outside New Mauville does look a bit better than the inside one, because, like, I mean, okay, Boltund is... Let me show you. Like, Boltund is... Like, Manectric seems pretty good with Mega, but I don't know when you get Mega Manectric. Manectric? 125? That's pretty far away, so I don't know about that. Galvantula is okay, but you have to use a scale. Boltund's probably bad at this point in the game. Probopass is bad. Normal Raichu's bad. Alolan Raichu's pretty good. And then obviously Beldum and Metang are very, very good. Especially because, if I recall correctly, if we go back to Mauville, if you get Beldum, you could guarantee Larvitar, which is not what people do, but it is something, I guess. And then inside New Mauville, you have Magnemite, Magnezone, which are great. Golem, Alola, you can at least use as a dupe and also as a Magnapolmon. Same thing with Probopass, I suppose. Normal Raichu's still bad. Alolan Raichu's good. You can dupe out Elekid with a Repel Nip. Or at least get rid of mostly. And then Electabuzz, Electivire are pretty bad, is my guess. But, like, I think this table's still better. Probably. I don't know. I'd have to ask. I don't know yet. We'll get there when we get there. But we will hopefully get a bunch of different stuff after this. But we got to get through Norman first. So the plan is probably to calc Norman first. see if I need to use any resources, and then go from there. Anyway, now it's actually time for me to say goodbye. Bye!